Hey guys, this is Typhorus Reacts, and I am back to react to Death Battle Ichigo Kurosaki versus Yusuke Urameshi, Bleach versus Yu Yu Hakusho. Oh boy, the first battle of 2026. Let's fucking go. All right, so oh man, I'm so excited. Death Battle's back. It's only been like what 2 months, but like, but still, like it's always exciting for a Death Battle to come back, and yeah, um might as well get into my personal connection with either of these two, with both of these characters. Yusuke. I don't really have a connection with Yusuke. Sorry, I didn't like. I remember watching like think the first episode or two of Yu Yu Hakusho, but I didn't go further than that. I think I just kind of dropped it in favor of other shows at the time. I'm not too sure on that. Like I don't know. It was a while ago. Bleach on the other hand. But yeah, that's basically my connection to Yusuke. I know he's cool. I've seen some out of context clips. But Yusuke just yeah, I just don't have a personal connection to him. I do plan to watch Yu Yu Hakusho at some point. I like it's on like I have a list of like shows I want to react to, and Yu Yu Hakusho is on there. I'm just time will tell as to when exactly I get to that point. Um, but yeah, in terms of Bleach though, Bleach I actually have a very personal connection to because I it was the first of the shonen big 3 that I saw. It was not the first anime I ever saw, but like it is definitely the first of the big 3 in between, Bleach, Naruto, and One Piece. I saw Bleach first. Um and yeah, I was just really into Bleach at for quite a while. And by quite a while, I mean I still am into Bleach. It's just not to the extent it was when I first watched it. Um, but yeah, and I was really into Bleach. I think I had just gotten done like watching the anime right around the time when Ichigo versus Naruto came out all the way back in I think it was season 4, I think, of Death Battle. It's been a journey. And the more I think about Ichigo versus Naruto, the more or rather Naruto versus Ichigo, whatever. The more I both appreciate and realize this isn't that good of an episode. Because Naruto versus Ichigo introduced the whole black boxes. You know, the things that are very common in Death Battle nowadays, where a black box in the corner, just some extra information. Yeah, that began with Naruto versus Ichigo because that was such an important episode for them. Um, but in terms of dang it, I forgot. Okay, I don't know. But in terms of yeah, just the point was, yeah, I also appreciate Naruto vs. Ichigo because that first started, that basically began my journey into Naruto because yeah, like that just kind of tends to happen. I was like, fine, I'll watch Naruto, I guess, and now look where I am now. I'm not even it's been it's been more than a decade and I still haven't well actually it's been almost a decade. It's been almost a decade and I still haven't finished Naruto. I'm getting through it. I'm getting through it one step at a time, but yeah, all right. I'm at least close. I'm like haven't run into Kaguya yet, but I know I'm getting close to that point. Um but yeah, in terms of Ichigo, might as well get back into Bleach. I was really into Bleach. I still am into Bleach, and I'm currently collecting the manga. I'm not showcasing all of it on screen right now, but maybe I'll include like a picture or something right here. But this is the current manga volume I have. I'm collecting the 3-in-1 volume simply because it's just easier that way. But yeah, this contains volume 61, 62, and 63, and I only have 4 more of these suckers before I'm finished collecting the manga. So yeah, and I'm going through it again, and I'm just like, man, this is really good stuff. Like just to flex on you and go yeah, yeah, I've read the manga. Don't worry. Well, most of the manga, I guess, but like really, what remains is like what we get in Thousand Year Blood War, the anime when it came back because that was hype. Um, but yeah, all I remember, like, my early days as a Bleach fan is, like, 10 episodes in, and I'm already shipping Ichigo and Rukia, and I still, to this day, think they should have gotten together, and you can fight me on that, because I am perfectly willing to die on that hill. So, anyway, I'm sorry, shipping diatribe out of the way. Shipping should not be a major concern in any kind of capacity when it comes to, shonen battle manga, so yeah, I'm not too mad that they didn't end up together. Like it's just personal preference thing. But yeah, so in terms of who I think is going to win this battle, though, most arguments tend to favor Ichigo. And like this is technically Yu Yu Hakusho's second battle, so like we do have like we have calculations from that one, but that was back in like what season 5. They've done a lot of growing since then, so who knows? From what the G1 blog said, that there are some universal arguments for Yusuke, but if you go with those arguments, you got to go for the universal arguments for Ichigo, and in that case, Ichigo's just just scales far higher in that regard. Personally, I'm not a universal Bleach guy. That's just a personal thing, though. People kind of like, people kind of like to raise arguments and go, "Oh, how can you not go with universal for Bleach? It's far more consistent." As if as if power scaling is really that simple. I'm more personally like star level plus at the absolute highest, I guess, for at least for like characters who get as high as Yamamoto, because Yamamoto's Bankai literally releases the heat of the sun. So I think that's a good like baseline. But yeah, I do think like Soul King and all that stuff, that gets to like that can definitely get a bit much higher than star level, but it's not. But yeah, at least in terms of that. That's just kind of where I scale, Bleach characters normally, but I guess we'll see how Death Battle does it this time, because they've, veered away from the universal stuff, even with them like Madara versus Aizen, which was relatively more recent, but it's also it's been since season 8. So yeah, all right. I don't really have anything else I can say here, so yeah, let's just jump right in, and we'll start things up in 3, 2, 1, play. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, and Sprite battles are back. Last time we saw it was Ghost Rider versus Spawn. Wow.
The substitute Shinigami of Bleach versus the spirit detective of Yu Yu Hakusho. He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle. Alright, here we go.
Tell me, Boomstick, what happens when we die?
Endless nothingness? Jeez, man, I don't know. We just started.
Our souls are ferried by Shinigami, gods of death, in an eternal cycle of death and rebirth.
Yeah, like I'm going to go do is like they're just going over stuff I know, since I remember reading. I also have Can't Fear Your Own World over there, as well as like all 4 data books, including the 2, like or at least 4 of them. If there are more data books, I don't know. But yeah, only 2 of them got translated, but I still have 2 others that are just pure Japanese. So like I said, I'll put up the picture like at the beginning of the video. So yeah.
Survivor's guilt.
So he lashed out the only way he knew how, beating people up.
But this wound began to heal when he found his calling, upon meeting a Shinigami named Rukia.
Yeah,
to
Rukia
stop a
Kuchiki.
powerful hollow, she gave Ichigo her powers, rousing unseen potential within.
Boom! Just like that, Ichigo's a Shinigami.
Substitute Shinigami. To carry out his
Right,
duties,
yeah.
Ichigo sheds his body for an invisible one made of spiritual matter called Reishi. He can wield vast amounts of spiritual
But yeah, like I say, like ever since like reading Can't Fear Your Own World, I remember diving into a rabbit hole of like looking up at the wiki and like figuring out how all this stuff, like what's Reikaku, what, and like looking up all this stuff and like learning everything about the Bleach power system, and I'm like,
He controls spirit matter.
I know far more about Bleach than I really should.
For defense and leaping off of invisible footholds in the air. Paired with speed-boosting skills like Shunpo, he can virtually fly.
Say goodbye to the kid who beat up bullies for their lunch money, and hello to the town's new superhero with
essentially, yeah.
Orihime, Chad, and Uryu.
Yeah, these guys technically came later, but not too much later. So
While balancing responsibilities at school, of course. GPA comes first, and maybe a round or 2 of tech.
But
right,
it
yeah.
wouldn't be possible without his Shinigami blade, a Zanpakuto. It's basically a super-powered spirit that's physically a sword.
Oh, okay. They're actually they're including stuff from the Zanpakuto filler arc. Okay, like that AK probably one of the best filler arcs ever.
Which isn't confusing at all.
Just call him Old Man Zangetsu.
Like on the one hand we have the Zanpakuto Rebellion arc, and on the other hand we have the Bounce arc.
trademark attack, the sword beam to end all sword beams.
Yeah,
Getsuga
Getsuga Tensho. Yeah,
Getsuga Tensho is
but,
incredibly
yeah,
powerful and so effective that Ichigo developed multiple variants.
yeah. The Battle Tower,
He can
in my
fire it
opinion,
as
the
a
first
wave,
half isn't
detonate
actually that
mid-attack
bad. In
as
fact,
a
I
variant,
actually
and combine
like
two
rather
at
like
once
the
into
first
even
half. It's just
stronger
once we enter the
Getsuga
Soul Society,
Tensho.
To cut even the
it
biggest
kind of
hollows
goes
down to
downhill
size,
from there.
Ichigo was ridiculously strong, even from frame 1.
He can make giant shockwaves and parry spiritual light beams from a Menos Grande. And these aren't fake, slower-than-light lasers. Guidebooks confirm
Right.
they're real light.
Light.
Novels say so too.
Plus, early on, Uryu moved so fast that he left
Yeah,
his
he
own
left his own shadow behind.
But
Yeah.
as Ichigo became more involved with the Soul Society,
Judgment,
he
yeah,
quickly
okay.
found that he wasn't good enough.
This Byakuya guy's so fast,
Right,
Ichigo
yeah.
couldn't even see him. Time for a good old-fashioned training arc. Hit the music!
Until now, Zangetsu had operated only in its base state, Shikai. So Ichigo learned to release its inner power, a 10
Yep.
times boost that takes most Shinigami a decade to master.
Bankai. Yes, my favorite anime transformation. Honestly, there's just so much hype behind it. Like, Jutsu Kaisen really also got it right with domain expansion, because that's the closest any anime has gotten to the absolute hype of
He
Bankai.
mastered swordsmanship well enough to thrash experts who had been training for centuries. He can quickly adapt to new weapons and styles mid-fight, surpassing his limits time and time again.
Like when he took on Catboy Grimjow.
Yeah.
He was getting clamped, but as soon as he heard Orihime cheering him on, that was all he needed to smash that kitty.
You mean Grimjow, right?
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
even
yeah,
with that
okay.
character energy, Ichigo couldn't match Big Bad Aizen.
Yeah, there was more to it than Orihime's cheering, but
And his theme song,
yeah.
Rude.
Yeah, Aizen stopped the theme song.
Unexplained hollow power. Except Hollow Zangetsu wasn't going to make it easy.
Old man Zang's pretty chill, but this guy's a menace.
Still, Ichigo needed his
Oh yeah, and
help
the guy who voiced
conjured a
Ichigo in
hollow
in
mask
Naruto
to
vs.
expand
Ichigo, he
his
came back to
But
voice
this meant
Ichigo
the
in this.
hollow
His name is
within
Adam
only
Park.
grew
It's
stronger.
totally not Johnny Young Bosch.
He can fire lasers, bypass super senses, and heal lost limbs. But piss him off enough, and he'll go full hollow. And you really don't want that.
Yeah.
Qualification exceeds even Bankai, and was enough to crush Ukiura in a battle that shook all of Hueco Mundo, the world of hollows.
Full hollow Ichigo could even tear through all 3 layers of hell.
But with help from his secret Shinigami father, Ichigo continued to train
Right, yeah,
for
that,
months
yeah.
in the Dongai,
Okay.
a
Yeah,
quarter
his
century
dad,
dungeon,
like, just,
until he was
yeah, that's a
finally
whole
ready
other
to
story.
challenge Aizen.
Challenge is an understatement. He manhandled Aizen, shattered mountains with sheer aura, and flexed so hard he smashed out of the
Take
black
less. Yeah,
coffin,
there we go.
which crushes space like a mini black hole.
And yet, it still wasn't enough. So, by becoming Getsuga itself, Ichigo unleashed his
Yeah,
ultimate
whatever
attack,
that means, you know.
Mutas. Defeating
I'm
Aizen
beginning to think
at
that's
the cost
that
of
considering
all
what Zangetsu's like whole real deal is, like that might have been a sort of let's steal
Ichigo
attack.
never truly realized until then just how much being a Shinigami meant to him. The power to protect others, his drive, his pride in
Right,
himself
yeah.
was gone. He would
Can
give
I keep up with the
anything
speed
to
of the
get it
world
back.
without you in it? And
He
like,
did, thanks to a surprise assist from Rukia.
Yeah.
Boom! Shinigami again.
Just in time for a 1,000-year
people like to say that Ichiruki is only so popular because the anime added so much filler. No, the things we like about Ichigo and Rukia are already there in the anime.
His father was a Shinigami.
I mean,
His
already
mother
there
was
in
a
the
member of
manga, sorry.
ancient Quincy's, and possessed by a hollow. Hence, his 2 Sanbakuto spirits, one Quincy, the other Hollow and Shinigami, made Ichigo a perfect union to break Yuhabak's plan.
Yeah.
Finally, Ichigo understood himself, fully unifying with both Zanpakuto spirits within. With that came a new Shikai and 2 new Zanpakuto.
Yeah, true Shikai.
If you thought Ichigo was strong before, oh boy, he's the strongest Shinigami alive. They're dead.
Right, yeah, that is a bit of a
Stronger
nebulous
than
situation.
Zanpakuto, who could split the Dongai in half. Stronger than Senjumaru, who shook heaven and earth across the realms. And strong enough to match Yuhabak, even after he absorbed the Soul King.
Juiced up with Soul King power, Yuhabak could nuke all 3 realms. The human world, Soul Society, and Hueco Mundo.
Right,
plus
yeah.
the Dongai and
Okay,
Kamikaze in between, which
okay,
had a bunch
let's
of
see.
pocket dimensions
Oh,
sprinkled in. Hell,
Valia screams,
the
right.
Soul King's corpse sent a shockwave across all the realms.
And it's not a matter of disrupting the flow of souls. Yuhabak was going to end everything through sheer power alone.
Okay, yeah, they already like, you know, brought that up. Like, yeah, we got that wrong before. Let's okay.
The Grand Ray Sero.
Making a giant crescent slash that rips through space itself.
All that power culminating in his true
Yeah, okay,
Bankai,
they did it.
a
They did
power
it like,
so
you know,
great,
explicitly
even
say this is a
Yamaha was
universal
scared.
thing or whatever. So I'm guessing they're saving it for the post analysis.
You're done.
Ichigo was
Yeah.
finally content. And 10 years later, he remains a Shinigami, having found the courage to stand on the edge of life and death, conquer his fears, and walk onward.
Yeah, there we go. Okay. Okay, that was
Most
cool.
teenagers have
Okay,
no
now for
idea what they
Yusuke.
want to do with their life. However,
But yeah,
that was
like
hardly a
but yeah, I'm
problem for
hoping like the
juvenile
anime
boy
fixes
Yusuke
like
Urameshi,
some problems
because
with
he
the
only
ending
ever wanted
of
to
the
do
manga
one
because
Row
let's
ahead.
face it, the manga had quite a few problems near the end because Kubo was sick, being forced to finish things by his editors, and just lots of stuff happened with that Bleach ending. I
Which
do
is
not
why it
blame
was
the
so
man for how it
surprising
turned
when
out.
One day he threw himself in front of a speeding car to save a child.
Original shonen
bringing
trash
that
talker,
reckless
okay,
life
yeah.
To a screeching halt.
Truck-kun claims another victim.
Right, yeah.
This is chapter 1 of a battle shonen, so death is hardly the end.
Right, yeah.
Surprisingly, though, it wasn't a spooky
translation, okay.
skeleton in a hood who arrived to claim Yusuke's soul. It was a blue-haired anime girl on a broomstick.
This was Botan.
Botan,
Whose job was to
okay.
ferry Yusuke's newly deceased spirit off
Like
to-
I know I think I met her in the very short time I watched Yu Yu Hakusho, but
That the
yeah.
underworld didn't see his selfless death coming.
Right, yeah.
Didn't have any space prepared for him. Imagine
Yeah,
being
he- like,
such a menace to
just this
society.
random act of kindness was so out of character. Like hell, like the afterlife didn't know what to do. That's actually kind of funny.
Underworld surrogate king, Koenma, offered Yusuke an alternative. He could return to life as an agent of the afterlife, a spirit detective, solving supernatural crimes and fighting off demonic threats to humanity.
Naturally, Yusuke did what anyone would do in that situation, and told Satan Jr. to stuff it.
Right, yeah.
He was never really good for anything, and no one was gonna miss him. So what's the point of coming back to life? It's not like his mom would be sad, or
Right,
his childhood
yeah.
sweetheart Keiko would be heartbroken, or even his rival Kuwabara would shed manly tears. Oh man.
At the sight of loved
Kuwabara,
ones who cared
like,
far more
that's-
than he ever expected, Yusuke had a
Yeah,
change
for
of heart
for what
and accepted
for what I
Koenma's offer,
heard like
returning to
around
life with
the
a new
block, you know,
purpose.
Kuwabara is actually really cool, so I can't wait until I, you know, get a full grasp on his
Dog
character.
shit out of demonkind, Yusuke learned to harness Reiki, or spirit energy. He's ridiculously strong, fast, and durable. Heals from wounds quickly, and can see spirits invisible to mortal men.
Even early on, Yusuke could parry Suzaku's lightning arrows, which are formed from real lightning called down from the sky. And with the help of legendary warrior Genkai, he mastered a signature move that could blast anyone to smithereens.
Ah, spirit
My
gun.
favorite
Yeah.
shonen move ever, the spirit gun. At first, Yusuke had a limited number of shots, but eventually he
But-
turned it into his personal
Right.
WMD.
Yeah, now
stronger than
it's
any
now it's his
weapon on
main
Earth.
weapon, I'm guessing. Yeah, his
He'll
main
blast it
method
around
of
as
attack.
much as he wants.
The spirit gun is more versatile than it appears. Yusuke can bounce it off surfaces for sneak attacks, propel himself around like a rocket in flight, and produce massive explosions with each shot.
He can twist it up for a spirit shotgun, a mighty AoE blast, or a spirit punch, where he keeps the energy stored in his fists and clobbers the hell out of you. And the spirit wave, a Kamehameha from before we uncultured Americans knew what a Kamehameha was.
Well, okay
He may be
then.
a punk, but he's deceptively skilled and cunning in battle.
He's not afraid to fight dirty, throwing his shoes, using sleight of
Right,
hand
yeah.
to place cigarettes on his foe to track them in the dark.
Personally, I'd call that smart. And his hand-to-hand is A+. He's matched experts like Cabano, who's said to have mastered all forms of martial combat.
But
Okay.
His best secret is how quickly
Yeah,
he
I think
improves.
like the
All it takes is a round of training or someone threatening his friends, and Yusuke's
Well,
power
okay.
will spike
But
to
yeah, I
meet
think,
stronger enemies.
Yeah, I
Even
think like the
he's literally
point that
birthed
G1
from
blog
his own
did give
life
Yusuke
force
was
for
skill,
power-up.
so
All known
that's
demons
that's
and
definitely a
demon
thing.
fighters Are individually ranked on a scale of power from E to S.
E and D class demons are nothing special. We're
Okay.
talking local threats at best. C and B are getting a bit dicey in a destroy your city kind of way.
All
A
right.
and S? Well,
Yeah,
hold
yeah.
on to your ass.
Yeah,
We're
n-
talking end of the world.
Yeah,
As
yeah,
Yusuke
we're
forged
getting
bonds
planetary
with new
destruction
allies
levels
like
now.
Demons Hiei and Kurama, as well as his old pal Kuwabara, he found himself facing opponents he couldn't beat, such as the monstrous Toguro, who could vaporize weaker demons and crush
What is
their
that
souls
body
with
plan?
sheer
Then
aura.
again,
But
yeah.
Yusuke needed to survive and protect his loved ones. So he had no choice but to rank up, even if it meant absorbing the power of a small star.
Wow, okay.
Hey!
Our sun has an average luminosity
All right.
of 380 septillion watts, or joules per second.
He literally
Small
has, like, the
stars
power
with
of a
red
sun.
dwarfs output
Okay.
about 1/10,000th
Interesting.
of that. So this spirit orb's energy per second would equal about 9 million megatons of TNT.
Okay, wow, 9 teratons, okay.
Even after pushing past his own limits, Yusuke would still need more power to face S-class threats like Sensui, a past spirit detective gone bad. And a great
Okay, then.
heuristic for what top-tier
So,
demons
so
are
kind of like what
Sensui was so yoked,
the
he couldn't even use all his
Kugo
power in the
from
human world
Bleach.
without
Okay.
threatening to bring down the whole thing. He compared destroying the whole goddamn planet to kicking an anthill.
According
Wow,
to Genkai,
okay.
Yusuke could destroy the planet too, if he really wanted. And even A-class threats like King Enma have shaken both the demon and human worlds.
That anima guy is strong as balls.
Okay, then.
In the past, he fought the Netherworld King Yakumo, who could eradicate the entire human world and remake the Netherworld.
But Yusuke's power surpassed both of them to the point where he overloaded Yakumo with his own energy. And do keep in mind, Yusuke was still only A-class at the time, a far cry from S-classes like Sensui, whose sacred energy was 10 times his superior.
But
Well,
not
okay
for long,
then.
sucker, because turns out Yusuke was a demon himself.
Literally.
Well, okay.
Yusuke is the descendant of an ancient and incredibly powerful being, one of the strongest in existence, Ryzen, the Demon King.
All right
With his
then.
Bazoku mark, Yusuke can channel Ryzen's spirit for a huge power boost and a massive thirst for murder boost.
Right,
This was
yeah.
his first taste of a dangerous new type of spirit energy, Yoki.
A form of energy used by demons. Like normal Reiki, it can be amplified by intense emotions. Unlike normal Reiki, its use creates a pleasurable feeling, feeding into the user's rage and bloodlust,
Okay.
the feral animal within.
So Yusuke upgraded his spirit gun to a demon gun.
All right.
Same thing, but
It's
red.
same thing but red. Got it.
To blast since we passed the horizon, putting Yusuke's power firmly in S-class.
And making him a prime candidate to rule the demon world.
Huh.
But as he was thrust into a tournament vying for that throne, Yusuke began to wonder if all this power was what he really wanted.
Self-reflection? From I'll kick your ass, Yusuke Urameshi?
Right, yeah.
We can worry about that later. There's a tournament to win.
Right, yeah. Tournament talk.
Girl, baby or grandparents is first.
Even then, as Yusuke took on the Demon King Yomi in an epic final battle, he was still growing. He had become far stronger than before, even achieving a unique version of the Mozoku form separate from Ryzen's influence.
Huh.
And a
Okay.
brand
Interesting.
spanking new form of power. Kinda like Sensui's sacred energy, but even better. It's so unprecedented, it doesn't even have a name, but it's golden glowy.
Well, okay
He
then.
clashed with Yomi, creating an explosion that split the heavens above and decimated the Okunin tree below, pushing the Demon King himself to his absolute limits.
Wow.
But then, Yusuke lost. It's
Huh.
not all bad though. Even if being king would have been cool, Yusuke realized
Right,
he
yeah.
wanted something
Like that's
more.
not who he
He
is.
grown up and
Okay.
chose to walk a new path.
It was always Yusuke's connections with others that motivated him above all else.
Yeah, there we go.
And it was
Good old
in those
power of
connections
friendship.
that he found his happy ending.
But
Aw.
I wouldn't piss him off if you can avoid it. Get him in the right mood or threaten the human world, and the spirit detective will beat your stupid ass.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah. Okay. Like.
Long has its return been foretold, but now, finally,
Uh,
it is reborn.
Okay.
The original Death Battle shirt that once
Oh,
dominated the world.
interesting.
Hell yeah, there's
Okay,
no
you want to
better
stop
way
it?
wear a blood
All
splatter
right.
on your chest.
We've restored the original
Yeah, I
shirt
might
to
get
the
that.
better
Okay, never.
materials, and
Okay.
It's available now on deathbattle.gg.
Yeah,
That's a
all
website
right.
That's also kind of like a Patreon.
There's a bunch of
Okay.
other merch there, like this awesome Mega Goose hoodie. Just don't.
I mean, yeah, that's cool. But like,
Website
I
members can
think I'm
also
getting
see
that
the
original
entire
Death Battle shirt.
archive,
Okay.
including episodes that
But
were
yeah,
banned from
like
YouTube.
since they didn't really give any like scaling for Ichigo. Yeah. Right. Yeah, I didn't read that first part. That was really cool.
Click the link
Yeah.
below to support the show. Look
Yeah,
behind the
I think
scenes,
Ichigo's
and
probably
get
winning
more
this.
at
Like I am both
deathbattle.gg.
rooting and betting on Ichigo. So. All right, let's get
Alright,
into
the
it.
combatants
It's gonna
are
be fun.
set, and we've run the data
I mean, if
through all
Yusuke wins, I'm not gonna win.
possibilities.
I'm not gonna complain. For a death battle. Okay.
That's a demon. That's hollow. No doubt about it.
Okay. All right. Just all right. Immediately going for it. All right. Oh yeah, Brandy Yates is working on the track too. So, oh yeah, and Lanning is voicing Yusuke because he voices as a bridge for. It's so good. It's good stuff. Yeah, there we go. Like, yeah, hand to hand. Like Ichigo's fine in hand to hand, but oh, that's pretty cool. Well, okay. Oh. Okay, suddenly a Menos Grande?
Chump change.
Reckless idiot!
Oh, okay. We're in the Don guy now. Interesting.
Energy got you scared?
Getsuga!
Two at once? Damn, why didn't I think of that?
Okay, yeah, just two Getsuga Judisho versus double Spirit Gun.
Let's devour him together.
Hell no! This is my fight, jackass!
Oh, okay.
Don't be back!
Oh, okay. All right, going into. Oh, he got Okiora. Not again. Split the Don guy in two.
Awakening. This one's a piece of work. Need a hand, partner? Let's do it.
Oh, okay.
Times.
Oh, I had to stay quiet for that Bankai. Oh, and we're okay. Back with Yusuke versus Yobi. Okay.
Is that the best you can do? I can go even faster if you'd like. Hell yeah!
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. They're enjoying this, or rather, Yusuke's enjoying this.
Kill you even if it kills me! I'm putting it all on the line! You better do the same! Screw that!
Oh, Grand Ray Sero gets a Tensho. All right, come on. Come on, Ichigo, break the Bleach losing streak.
Give me a freaking break. See you on the other side.
Okay then. All right, that was pretty cool.
Think the afterlife offers frequent flyer miles?
There's a lot to cover here, so let's break this down into 4 chapters.
Okay, all right.
Starting with their abilities.
Yusuke could see Ichigo no problem.
Right, yeah.
Resist auras
Nobody's
like
nobody's
Sakura
questioning
similar
that.
to Reiatsu, so Ichigo couldn't cheese a win right away.
Otherwise, Yusuke was outmatched. Sure, the Spirit Gun could potentially match the Getsuga Tensho, and he had stat-boosting forms like the Mizoku. Ichigo, however, had more varied powers. A
Okay.
better healing factor, greater stamina given his months of Dangai training.
Okay,
And although
yeah, fair
short,
enough.
He just had way more abilities to play with.
Likewise, speed was a fairly easy call. Yusuke
Oh,
could
okay.
react to lightning early on, and obviously got much faster over time. Looking at this blast from his clash with Yomi, it erupted upwards at 57% the speed of light.
But
Okay.
Ichigo was faster than light from the start, and he's got
Yeah,
faster
okay.
too.
Yeah, there we
He
go.
couldn't even see Byakuya at first, but blitzed him in the rematch. Plus, he's got tons of training and power-ups since then.
The Soul King Shockwave, for example, extended
Okay.
across the realms at thousands of times light speed. And
Well,
Ichigo
okay
reacted to
then.
attacks from Soul King Yuhabak that utilized the same power. So, Ichigo
Okay, Ichigo
takes
took speed. All right.
But Yusuke's fought plenty
Yeah,
of foes
now for
faster and more
tactics, and
varied
yeah,
than him,
I'm
so
guessing
it's extremely important to examine their tactics and ability to
Okay.
adapt mid.
Yeah, and this is where
kind of
Yusuke
both their things.
takes it. Yeah.
Ichigo has styled on guys with centuries of training and has over a decade of experience as a Shinigami. He's pretty good at figuring out new weapons and styles.
Meanwhile, Yusuke was flexible and quick to adapt, mixing cleverness with exceptional hand-to-hand. He's good enough to match Kabano, who mastered every martial
Right, yeah,
art.
there we go.
Ichigo's decent at hand-to-hand, but it's not his
But
go-to
yeah, it's not his
way.
bread and butter.
So both had their strong suits, with advantages on each side. It's fair to call this one a draw.
Oh,
Leaving
okay.
only the biggest winning factor, which could have superseded all other advantages. power.
Okay, here we go. They didn't even give Yusuke a pity point. Yikes.
Examining his sky-splitting clash with Yomi and measuring its scale, that's about 4 quadrillion megatons of TNT.
Okay.
Which is crazy.
Similarly, mid-series Ichigo could shake Huecomundo, tear through hell, and block attacks that could destroy the Soul Society. But at his peak, he beat Yuhabak, who could destroy several realms, which is far more impressive than just one.
To be
Okay.
fair, Yusuke also beat Yakumo, who could threaten 2 realms at the same time. Pretty close to Yuhabak's threatening 3.
And Yusuke far surpassed Yakumo afterward. The gap between him and Sensui alone was 10 times.
Okay.
So there could be an argument for Yusuke's power surpassing Ichigo if 3 realms was truly Ichigo's limit.
Oh, okay.
Fortunately for Ichigo, it's not. Yuhabak was also going to destroy the Garganta, which has at least 29
Right, yeah,
copies
there
of
we
the
go.
inside it.
Okay.
Each
That wasn't
containing
clear,
at
but
least a
okay,
planet
still
and
okay, with
much
conservative
larger than
interpretation.
Yusuke's
Yeah.
planet-sized
Okay.
worlds. Plus, Ichigo matched Yuhabak in True Shikai, without his additional boost from Half Hollow and True Bankai.
As always with Death Battle, there's arguments either way. But the way we see it, even being generous with Yusuke's power and conservative with Ichigo's, the gap was just too
Okay.
big.
All right.
Ichigo, the final edge.
Yikes.
Sorry if things got messy.
Okay.
But that's just how Ichigo's.
The winner
All right,
is
fair enough.
Ichigo
Okay.
Karasaki.
That was an all right episode.
Time on Death
Okay,
Battle.
next time. All right, what do we got? Metal Sonic! Yo! Yo! Are we getting... Yeah! Woo!
Subscribe and join
Cell
us for
versus
more
Metal
Death
Sonic.
Battle. Thanks for watching.
Okay, there's still
Death
20
Battle is
20
back,
seconds left.
and so
Okay.
is our new tabletop gaming channel,
Okay,
Brew.
all
We've got
right.
everything on there from Uno to Dungeons and
They
Dragons,
really are
and
doing
very
Cell
special
versus Metal
all-in
Sonic.
Blood
I
on the
didn't
Clock Tower
expect
airing
that.
right now. So, come join
All
us at
right.
the Nightly
I'll
Brew.
I'll just let
The thing,
Chad
check
talk
this out.
here, but like I don't think there's anything else left. Yeah, there's nothing else left. All right. Yeah, okay. Okay, why am I more hyped for the next time than I was during that entire battle? Not to say that battle wasn't good. Like that was definitely really good. I expected a bit more, maybe. I'm not sure. Like that was, I don't know. It is definitely better than Naruto versus Ichigo. I'll give it that. I can at least see the action, and make it out. But like I don't know. I feel like there should have been a bit more dialogue between the two. Is that just me? I don't know. Like the analyses were great. It's just the battle itself. I'm not quite sure how I feel about it at this particular moment. Give me some time. I'll figure it out. But yeah, okay. Perfect Cell versus Metal Sonic. We say Cell versus Metal Sonic, but it's Perfect Cell versus Metal Sonic. Well, for one thing, they're finally bringing Cell into a death battle. It's been way too long since then. Now the only question is, who are they going to get to voice Cell? Because on the one hand, Devil Artemis. I will say though, Devil Artemis did leave, Death Battle as an animator because just the amount of flack he's gotten. And all the people who complained about Devil Artemis as an animator, you can go straight to hell. Okay, but still, he is at least on friendly terms with Death Battle, so he could very easily voice Cell himself. But on the other hand, Takahata 101 is also very iconic as Cell, so, like, I mean, if they find a secret third person, like, I guess I won't complain, but, like, it's gotta be either Devil Artemis or Takahata 101. I will accept no other substitute. At least not fully. But yeah, and since, Metal Sonic was able to, just aura farmed the entire time in Bowser vs. Eggman, and was basically the highlight of that episode. I think it was Bowser vs. Eggman that made people really want to see Metal Sonic in a death battle again, because Jesus, this would actually be his 4th episode technically, because he first showed up in Eggman vs. Wily, then he had his own standalone episode against Zero, and then Bowser vs. Eggman, and now he's back. All right, I'm definitely not complaining. Can't wait to see Metal Sonic get a proper analyzation. Because while I do like Eggman's analysis and all that, it was very much focused on not just Eggman but his entire army. So it would be very nice to see just a singular Sonic character getting the full focus, and yeah, just lots of stuff. And I will say, I think Metal Sonic wins if we're going by scaling. But yeah, like there are some arguments for Cell, I'm not gonna lie, but still, alright, Metal Sonic's coming back. Oh, yeah. He has gotten a bit shafted by Sega in recent years, but you know what? He's making somewhat of a comeback. I say somewhat. But yeah, oh man, that was great. Death Battle is back, baby. All right, so yeah, I've got nothing else to say, so I'm just gonna end the video here. So yeah, till next time, guys. See ya.